Hello and welcome to Hexed Countered. My name's Joe. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the plan for January. Kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start. I did one video so far, which if you're a subscriber, you're probably already familiar with it. And that would be the playthrough of Kason 68 from Decision Games, part of the mini series Cold War Blitz, Folio, etc. It's on the channel, previous video to this one, so easy enough to find. So for January, I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more solitaire focused, with games that either are specifically solitaire or at the very least have a solid solitaire mechanism that's either built in or bolted on. So I may or may not get to all of these because some of them are a little bit more complex than others, but I'm going to do my best to get at least several of these done this month, with the goal of hopefully getting through all of them. But my guess is I probably won't quite make it, but I'm going to do my best. So we'll start it off here with a magazine game from Against the Odds. So this would be obviously Rome Inc. So this is a game about, it's kind of an economic game based on the Roman Empire from the period of Augustus to Diocletian. It's by Philip Jelly, and again, this is Against the Odds. And I'm not sure specifically. I guess this came out in 2020. At least that's what the copyright says. So that will be one thing on the list. Another thing that I meant to do last January and never got to, so I'm going to try to do it this January for sure, is this guy right here, B-17 Flying Fortress Leader. This is from Danvers and Games, of course. And this is one that I've had for a while, and I really do want to get it to the table for video. If you're familiar with the Leader series, this one is a little bit different in the way it sets up. It's still a solitaire game, but the mechanisms and the way you play it is a little different from your more traditional air leader games. So we'll get into that obviously when I play it, but this is going to be on the list as well. And then we have another one that I've had for a bit and really want to get on the table for video. This is, of course, Enemy Action Kharkov from Compass Games. This is Popov versus Manstein in 1943. This one is from, as I mentioned, Compass Games. This is designed by John Butterfield, who, of course, is one of the premier designers of solitaire war games out there. The D-Day At series is phenomenal. He also did RAF and some other really solid games as well. So there's that. And then one that you're going to say, hey, wait, that's not a solitaire game, but we'll get to why I'm doing it this month. And it's actually going to be the first one I'm going to do this month. So this is one I'm already working on. And that's this guy right here, which is a somewhat older game. But it is, of course, Wilderness War, French and Indian War. This is, of course, designed by Volko Runka and is from GMT Games. It's a classic. It's a CDG. It's well-known, French and Indian War. And it's a two-player game. So, Joe, solitaire month, right? Yes. I'm going to use the CDG Solo kit number 2, which includes a card for that game. So we're going to do that. I will probably do maybe a gameplay example from the playbook to kind of show how the game works in general, and then go in and do the CDG Solo, which of course was pioneered by Stuka Joe and has now been advanced by various people inside the GMT community. So that one is, like I said, is going to be coming up sooner rather than later. And finally, for the sports people out there, I have another entry in the Play Games, or Play Classic, I guess in this case, series. And this one, of course, is History Maker Golf. So this is a golf game. No kidding. Designed, as always, by Keith Avalone, who does just great stuff. And, I've got my ongoing Scram 95 series that will also be continuing this month. That will actually be probably the next video you'll see after this one, and then we'll get into the Wilderness War stuff. So this will be coming up hopefully in a week or so, mid-January-ish, I would say. Try and kind of get at least something sports related in there. May also do some computer stuff as well, which might be sports oriented or could be a war game or maybe both. So I do have something in there that's kind of a bit of a surprise, which technically isn't really solitaire, but when you play it on the computer, you can play it solitaire because there's an AI. So that's going to do it. I really just wanted to do something really short and simple. I don't like to put myself on camera typically, but I figured this would be a quick and easy way to get something up there because I feel like I've almost been slacking this month, and I wanted to start getting some momentum, pick up the pace here in 2024 and get things rolling, so to speak. One thing I did not mention, it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. There's actually two things I've gotten from P500 for GMT. Took a little bit to get here, holidays and all that stuff, but that would be Plum Island Horror, which is from Herman Luttman, of course, one of my favorite designers. Technically, that is a game that can be played by 1 to 4 players, so there is built-in solitaire mode, so I probably will do something on that as well, which makes the month even more crowded. And Joe, you'll never get through all this stuff. Probably not, but I'm going to give it the old college try, so to speak. So look for something on that as well. At the very least, a first look, but hopefully a playthrough as well. Love Herman's games and really looking forward to that. I also have a couple of other GMT P500 things coming. I won't probably talk about those this month only because timing wise, I mean, I have a backlog of things that I need to get to, and we'll be getting into those hopefully in February, March, etc. I'm not sure what I'll do theme wise. I was kind of considering doing something pre-20th century as a theme for this month. I have other games I could do from other periods that still fit within that solitaire genre. These are the ones that I kind of felt like I should get to because they've been sitting there kind of mocking me for a while now. So again, wrapping it up, I'm starting to babble, and I don't like to do that either. So as always, thank you for watching. Please, like, share, subscribe, etc. The whole spiel that I usually give you. That stuff's always appreciated. If you are a subscriber, thank you for your support. It's much appreciated. But yeah, that's going to do it. So like I always say, I'm Joe. This is Hexed Countered. And until next time, happy gaming.